which will be killer late game.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous. I think that there is kind of a period here between this early game and before the late game where they really need to try and get everything to connect. I don't think they're at that point yet. I think they need to get a little bit more farm on the Soul Stealer. You know, we saw the Bombardier TP top to farm. I think that could have gone to somebody a little bit more important on their team. I don't think he needed to use a TP. And it looks like he might actually go down to the Blacksmith here. You know, he TP'd up for what? To die. And we do see that the Hellbringer TP's up top as well. A lot of TPs by the Hellbringer team, but they're not being used to kind of condense when they need to be. They're just kind of using them to try and get more farm, which is a little bit unfortunate. But Soul Stealer is going to be able to get a little bit of farm here at bottom. Hopefully that will go a little bit better. Venner, what are your thoughts so far? We haven't gotten to you in a little bit. We do see a gank here on the Soul Stealer on bottom. Fade is now 6. How do you think Fade is going to progress in this game from here?
Well, she started off not really doing too much in the top lane, but she's gotten a couple of really good ganks off on people like Hellbringer and Soul Stealer right there. And she's her and Blacksmith are really helping like control the game until farms. So I think she'll end up being a pretty good like addition to team fights and stuff. To help.
Do you think she'll probably go for something like a Codex, or would you prefer to get more carry items, or maybe something more supporty like a puzzle box?
I'm not really sure if it matters, but she might just go for regen to like help keep her mana up and gank.
Yeah, that's a good point. I really kind of like those multiple regen items on heroes like her. You know, you get the either like a Ring of the Teacher or something like a Chalice, and it really adds to your bottle, makes your bottle more effective. When you're really able to spam that. She is coming up top here with a haste. You know, the top lane is really vulnerable. We have level 6 and a level 9. And Fade is just running into that jungle. She is not afraid whatsoever. This could be quite painful. And you see the Hellborn team just absolutely get dissolved. Yeah, it does look like they got a 2 for 2 and somehow in that mess. Oh, Fade actually got hit by quite a lot of the Bombardier ult. Didn't even see him get that off in that mess. But I would say that's probably pretty okay for the Hellborn team. You know, the Legion team is getting a little bit too aggressive here. I think they can really kind of pull back and farm, and they don't necessarily need to push the advantage so far. Crow, what do you think about this really aggressive play we're seeing by the Legion team?
I think they got a little cocky. They were winning handily, and they're trying to push their advantage too much. We were talking earlier about how the Hellborn needed to just stay back a little bit and get some levels. But we finally see Bombardier here at level 6 a few minutes ago, and he's actually been able to use his ult, which is a big part of teamfights, and they're starting to get a few more kills now. Yeah, the teamfight looked a lot different with that ultimate, you know, and I think if we get to a point where Soul Stealer hits level 11, and suddenly his ult becomes a lot stronger. You know, you only see him with 8 souls at this point. Again, his farm hasn't been fantastic by any means, but you know, he's going to be at the point now where he can clear things very effectively. I'd like to see him hit the jungle a little bit more, though. Just like Gauntlet might get caught out here by the Fade Blacksmith combination is going to be able to do a lot of damage to him, and there you go, he finally does go down, and Soul Stealer is in a bad position as well. Ooh, Hellbringer ult might actually be enough to save him, but no, that Flaming Hammer Blacksmith is enough to actually get the kill onto that Soul Stealer. And so really, aggressive play kind of paid off there a little bit. They got another kill onto that Soul Stealer. He's sitting at 4, 8, and 1, so he's definitely increased that a little bit, but he is only at 192 gold per minute. You know, it's very difficult to stay so low on gold per minute on Soul Stealer. Fade might be able to get another kill here as well. Will she be able to live through the Bombardier explosion? It's going to be close. She takes a sip of the bottle and she just barely survives with about 70 or 80 HP. What level is Bombardier? Bombardier only has the level 3. If that's level 4, I think he actually does manage to get the kill there. So a little bit unfortunate. But you see the Legion team just has complete map control at this point. They have every lane pushed. Not the best warning by either team, but I'd give it the advantage a little bit to the Legion team. And they just have such great map position at this point. Rosbif, what do you think? What do you think the Hellborn team should be doing as far as positioning? Do you think they need to condense in the lane, or should they be kind of spread out like the Legion team is right now? Miss Biff?
Oh, hello. I think they should definitely have their empaths sitting in the forest and stacking. If you look at the Legion team, they already have a few stacks, and Soul Stealer's really the kind of hero that can just take those stacks down, but there's nothing for him.
Yeah, you know, if the Hellborn team were doing really aggressive warding right now, they would actually know about those stacks, and Soul Stealer could probably ninja those quite quickly. You know, the Legion team is not spending a lot of time in their own jungle, and so that would have been quite exciting, quite a turnaround. But, you know, you're exactly right. Those stacks in the jungle are just so important. We actually do finally see 1 or 2 stacks. Looks like it is just 1 stack. A lot of action here brewing into the middle. This could get messy quite quickly. We do see Fade kind of stalking this gauntlet. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to catch him or if she actually wants to go on him. And we do see a lot of action here in the secret shop. Ooh, 2x multicast onto that Hellbringer. It's going to be enough to burn him down. Very painful by the Hellborn team, you know. They cannot seem to make the pieces fit, and it all comes down to the farm. If you don't have the farm, you don't have the items, you don't have the levels, and so team fights are just going to get worse and worse in this game until either something changes or the game ends. It's going to be quite painful. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up at this point? I've just kind of been throwing it around. And, ooh, Gauntlet does manage to get the kill there.
Well, I mean, Flint's been left alone to free farm most of the game. I mean, he's died a couple of times, but he's gotten a lot of kills, and his gold per minute's almost at 400. It's got a Frostburn, so that's very bad news for the Hellborn.
Well, the Hellborn team pretty much can't push off of their side of the map because Legion team is all over it.
Yeah, the other heroes are definitely doing a good job of keeping them off Flint.
Yeah, if you think about it, we haven't even seen Flint in any kind of dangerous position in a little bit. The team just has such a positional advantage at this point that he's really able to kind of sit back, and the level advantage gives him a good position in the team fights as well because his team is just so kind of bulky compared to the Hellborn team that they're really able to kind of sit in the front and act as a human shield for him and really take a lot of punishment. We do see the Hellborn team here is clumped up in mid. Soul Stealer is walking towards bottom. Going to try and get some clearing on that. He is sitting at about 1,400 gold. He's about 700 gold away from his portal key. What do you guys think about the portal key? Do you think that it's going to fundamentally change the team fights, or is it a little bit too little too late?
Well, I'm not sure how many charges Soul Stealer had last time he ulted, but it didn't do too much.
Yeah. The difference between 8 and 30 is actually pretty huge. It was pretty hilariously small. Last game I actually underestimated his ultimate. He was ulting and I said it wasn't going to do much. And then he got a double kill. And so I looked like an idiot. A little action. Little action here in the Legion Forest. It doesn't look like the Hellborn team is just going to dissolve everybody. A very nice stun by the Gauntlet. He's going to get a very nice kill there. Again, you might see that the Legion team is playing a little bit too aggressive. Do you guys think they're giving the Hellborn team a chance to get back in this with fights like that?
Definitely. I mean, they're way up in their jungle. They're way up in their jungle, and they don't have wards in their jungle, so they have no idea where the team could be.
Soul Stealer saying he needs the soul. That was actually, there wasn't a Soul Stealer ult in that. If he had his portal key, he would have been able to get in good position. And you see, he's doing a much better job actually clearing the waves. I saw a little bit of stacking in that their jungle as well. I'm kind of hoping that they are able to get some nice farm on the Soul Stealer. I would like to see him transition to being a little bit more of a powerhouse. You know, if he's able to get on that Flint Beastwood before he has a shrunken head, he's able to hit really powerful ults on him, take him out of the fight early. I think that the Hellborn team still has a chance in it. I don't think they're quite out yet. What do you guys think? Do you think they can still come back?
Well, they definitely have the AoE with both Hellbringer, Soul Stealer, and Bomb.
And they do have a Soul Stealer who's a farming machine. So it's possible.
He is pretty good. Ven, what do you think?
Well, Soul Stealer got his portal key and he caught up in levels. I mean, they have a couple of good team fights and they could definitely come back.
Yeah, something to point out is that Pyromancer here, who's getting attacked by the Soul Stealer, is only level 9. You know, she is not so far ahead, and she just kind of hand-killed the Soul Stealer there. Really fortunate for him. It's those little things that are really going to come into play right now. I'm really excited to see when the Soul Stealer hits level 16. If he's able to do a lot of damage with his ult, it's going to absolutely turn around team fights. Hellborn team is not out of this by a long shot. Their initiation is so powerful, and definitely looking to see if the Gauntlet is able to pick up a portal key as well. He's sitting at about 1,600 gold, you know, so he's not that far away either. And when they have that combination between the long-distance Hellbringer initiation followed up by both Gauntlet and Soul Stealer, I think teamfights could be quite surprising here for this Legion team. I would not be surprised if they got caught with their pants down. What do you guys think about the warding? We see some pretty in-depth warding here by the Hellborn team. They have something like 5 wards on the map right now. I think it just fell to 4, but that is a lot of wards. What do you guys think about their ward coverage?
Well, they have some pretty aggressive boards. Oh wait, never mind. I was backwards. Sorry. They have one aggressive ward on the Legion side. They just want to check to see if one of their 2 carries are farming the neutrals, I imagine. And they do. Oh wait, never mind. I'm just.
We just see this team right here in the middle. Bombardier absolutely getting his ult, but he did manage to get his ult off before. It just looks like Fade is going to go down, and Gauntlet is on a little wreck here. Chasing after that. Hellbringer doing a really great job applying his dot to a lot of people. And again, we're seeing a really great team fight by the Hellborn team. I'm actually caught off guard by how well they're doing in these team fights. Their coordination seems to have really come together lately in the last 5 or 10 minutes. And they're really kind of connecting on a much deeper level than they were before. If this were a relationship, I think that they are ready to make a commitment to maybe move in together. Very exciting news for them. And look forward to see if they can capitalize on this. They got at least 1 tower. They are going to go for 2, and that's a pretty big gold swing. They are still behind by 6,800 gold, but that is not a 15,000 gold deficit. It's not huge, and it's certainly not unovercomable.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind though is that they've kind of been fighting the Legion 3-on-5. Flynn and Madman haven't been doing much, and look at Madman's gold, he's got over 4,000, and Flynn just spent like a good 2,000, so once those 2 start getting involved in the team fights, it should turn out to be pretty interesting.
You'll notice that Soul Stealer now is level 16, and he is the highest in the game by 2 levels, and he does have his level 3 ultimate, so if he can land that in a good position with full 30 souls, can really change the fate of a team fight.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say between how far Soul Stealers come back and like how well Madman and Flynn have farmed.
Yeah, last game I don't think we saw Soul Stealer get back over 270 gold per minute, 70 gold per minute. He was kind of stuck there. This game we've seen him really pick it up. Very nice portal key by him. He actually managed to dodge Pyromancer stun right there and get the kill. Very nice job by Lutz here on the Soul Stealer. I'm really impressed with him. The play is much cleaner than we saw in the last game. Gauntlet does look like he's going to be in a lot of trouble. The 2x multicast is going to be enough, and that is actually going to lead to Empath's death as well, probably here. We do see that this Flimpy Sword is wailing away on her, and Hellbringer kind of giving it away too. They're kind of walking in here one by one and really kind of giving this back to the Legion team. A little bit unfortunate. Sometimes you just kind of have to sacrifice your teammates and say, okay, you died, you're a lost cause. I love you, but I'm not in love with you, and move on a little bit. We do see Bombardier has chosen to get 3 into that slow instead of maxing his sticky bomb. What do you guys think about the skill build here on this Bombardier?
Well, I have seen that before, only when people can't land their sticky bomb, and they'd rather just have a sure slow.
Yeah, I mean, typically you at least see that with like a sticky, or I'm sorry, a boom dust and slow combination. It's kind of weird to actually just go ahead and get 3 in that bomb and then decide that you no longer can hit it. He doesn't actually finally max it out. So I give him a pass. At least he did get it eventually, but it's just so much damage if you let it tick up all the way.
Soul Stealer just used his ult on Fade and barely missed her, but he doesn't have it anymore.
Oh, Fade is, we just see her sitting at about 30 gold. If he just did a Demon Hand right now, she would actually die, which would be quite hilarious. Is she going to try and go on Soul Stealer? She is.
Well, she has True Sight now. So.
Yeah, they do have their entire team here.
Oh, man.
So yeah, nice play by Fade. She does get that whole vision of that area, which is really powerful. Might want a little bit of tweaking on that. Lutz has just discovered that she has tree walking. Forgot that little patch note. We do see Madman actually went right for a shield breaker with his 4,400 gold, as well as getting a mighty blade. So he is just sitting on that mana tube. A little bit of an unorthodox build on that Madman. What do you guys think about that shield breaker pickup?
I actually don't mind it because they do have 2 carries, and the entire other team is pretty squishy, so the Shieldbreaker will just help them completely melt everybody.
Yeah, the only problem I would see with it is that, you know, you don't get a lot of the mana regen. That life tube on its own, or that mana tube on its own, isn't really that great. He really kind of needs that to farm. He's kind of saying at this point, we are so far ahead, I can just kill you. I don't have to worry about my farm. I'm a little bit worried about that because I don't think that they are quite as far ahead as he thinks he is.